is there any suggestion that any of this is deliberate?
No. And this report confirms that there was nothing covertly omitted from councillors. I believe from this that it was an overly complex financial structure which councillors dived into and loved the detail and missed the critical issue, which was trends and trend analysis, because of the overly complex reporting that came. So you're comfortable with detail and you dive into it and you forget the big signal of trends.
If you as Mayor were presented with such documents, what would you do?
Well, I have to say that we're not now. So we're getting much higher level reporting, which I'm used to. But we have the right still, if we've got a concern with the high level reporting mechanism that we're now getting, which includes trends, to still have the opportunity to dive into detail if we're not confident that one decision in one cost centre isn't right. So we're now, the lesson from this in one of the recommendations actually affirms what our Chief Financial Officer and Jeff put in place in December, was bring it up a bit and keep focused on the trends, but before you make decisions on your annual plan, do some modelling and test your assumptions and have a really robust discussion at that stage. And that didn't occur. That is very clear in this report when the annual plan settings were made in 2013.
It seems if you guys can't reconcile them, and reconcile from a accounting viewpoint doesn't add up. What are we talking about?
Well, I think the key point where we got to fairly early was actually that we'd rather put it right rather than try and reconcile the history of it, to be quite honest. And we tried to pick our way through it, and I spent a couple of weeks trying to pick my way through it. I've been doing this for 25 years, and people in the industry tell me I'm reasonably good at it. But I couldn't get to the bottom of it. But really what we turned our minds to is what we need to do is put it right. So actually our reconciliation is very much focused on what are we currently doing, what are we currently spending, and what are realistic numbers across each one of the activities that we deliver. Right, so that's the reconciliation that we've done. And we've done 3 forecasts, each one based on what we're seeing at the time, going back to the managers to get a realistic point of view. We haven't tried to tie that back to the history and try and reconcile it, because we don't actually see any future merits in that.
We accepted the advice of Price Waterhouse Coopers that December was about the bottom line that we can get to, and I think any more digging from the financials there is not going to give us a greatly different picture about what was overestimated, what was understated. So December stopped, and then that gave us the assumptions to work on this year's annual plan. And we'll be watching that trend analysis in the next quarter about how we're tracking, see if there's a gap.